about to go and use the bathroom because I have to tinkle. If I get stopped, I get stopped, I guess. But I'm a woman, so I'm going to use the women's bathroom. But you know what? I peed standing up. My corn dog is still intact. I'm not happy about that, but sadly it takes a long time to turn a corn dog into a inverted corn dog.
I honestly feel like it never stops. Hi, my name is Sydney, welcome back to hell. And as per usual, before we launch in, today's video is sponsored by Beam. So not too long ago, I made a video discussing notorious trans TikToker Lily Tino, who you may or may not know from such great hits as Abraham Lincoln was gay.
Did you know that Abraham Lincoln was queer?
Kurt Cobain was trans.
I bet you didn't know that Kurt Cobain was probably trans.
And let me dress up and pretend to be Velma. Sometimes the world clowns a little bit too hard and we end up here. Anyway, for those of you who are fortunate enough to not know this person, Lily Tino is a 30-something-year-old trans-identified male who became widely disliked on social media for posting all sorts of weird and inappropriate content, including videos directed at children while skinwalking as the widely known and well-liked children's content creator Miss Rachel, posting OF content on Maine. Yes, this person has an OF.
Jinkies, I found a big clue.
Using food to discuss graphic sex reassignment surgeries. These videos are so weird, let me tell you. But Tino, who self-styles as a food critic, is most known for going into restaurants and reacting very, very poorly when waiters and waitresses use the wrong pronouns. Tino is a she/her, if that wasn't clear from this beautifully done face feminization surgery. Fun fact, Tino has also been accused of being a big ol' racist because many of the individuals filmed and harassed for not using the right pronouns clearly speak English as a second language. And they're obviously very confused. I have to imagine it's hard enough learning English without some noodlehead weirdo demanding that you call them a woman. I have to imagine that most of these people are just trying to figure out why the words cork and work are spelled the same, but said differently.
Which means this word would be bared? No. Why would you think? It's bear with a D. Beard.
Now, the last time that we discussed this, I wanted to impress upon you all that while there is no smoking gun in this situation, there's a hell of a lot of smoke, especially with relation to the weirdness towards kids and young people and the OF content. Why does this exist? And more importantly, who is buying this? So while there really hasn't been one specific, there it is moment, I definitely think that's coming, but more importantly, Tino's recent behavior is continuing to come off as creepy and predatory. Now, for whatever reason, our friend Lily Tino is a Disney adult who has filmed many, many videos at the amusement park. I hardly accept this from adult women, but a Disney male, an adult male going to Disneyland or Disney whatever and doing things alone? Duh. Sir, this is a place for children where they believe they're actually interacting with Mickey Mouse. I need you to stop. No smoking gun. Just a lot of smoke. In late May 2025, Tino went viral again after posting 5 videos featuring more creepy and inappropriate behavior during a recent trip to Disney World in Florida. Yes, Tino decided to give the children of California Disneyland a break from trauma. And yes, as expected, during the visit, Tino got upset that a foreign waiter used the wrong pronouns, and then promptly had a meltdown about it.
Cool.
The bottom is from Thailand?
Coconut bread from Thailand.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Yes,
Ma'am.
No, sorry, my bad.
It's like totally sucks the joy out of this bread tower. Makes me want to immediately like leave because I no longer feel like safe here.
Sorry about what happened.
It's okay. I would love to pay for the drink, please.
No, the drink is on me too, so
You don't. Are you sure?
you're good. Yeah.
The waiter here so clearly does not understand what just happened. I also love it how Tino acts for a split second like there's any intention of paying for any of these things. And then when the manager says, no, I've got it, it's like, oh, yeah, okay. It's so transparent and it's so icky. Like I mentioned before, this is one of Tino's signature moves. Go into an establishment, order something, wait until the waitstaff use the wrong pronouns, complain about it to management, get free things, rinse and repeat. Also, who orders a bread tower? I personally wouldn't, but I would get myself some hot chocolate that is great for helping with sleep. Thanks to today's sponsor, Beam. Listen, it is well understood that there are two things that I love: sleep and hot chocolate. I'm serious. Besides tea, hot chocolate is my second drink of choice. Don't judge me. So obviously, nobody was more excited than me when Beam reached out and said, "We'd like to sponsor your channel." And then they went ahead and sent me some of their product Dream, which is a hot cocoa that not only tastes amazing, but is also formulated with natural ingredients like L-theanine, magnesium, and melatonin to help you fall asleep and stay asleep. You see, they combined my two favorite things. I also love that they sent me one of these cute little whisk things and a little stand. And yes, you can get your own with code SydneyW for 35% off. This will surprise none of you, but I am in fact a person who often works until the very early AM. I'm usually wired by the time that I get into bed, and Dream has genuinely helped that feeling go away so much faster. So when I'm 30 minutes away now from getting into bed, I make my little drink, I drink it, and then I find that I'm a lot calmer when I'm falling asleep. I love that this product is science-backed, and I love that it is gluten, dairy, and sugar-free. So if you too love hot chocolate and sleep, then click the link in the description or go to shopbeam.com/SydneyWatson. And don't forget to use code SydneyW for 35% off your order, as well as checking out their subscribe option, which has some cool features like free shipping, a free frother, and some additional discounts off and what have you. Anyway, in the first video posted, Tino references the fact that many viewers believe the TikToker received a ban from Disney locations. Tino smugly disproves this, even asking the security guard going through the little weird security gate, "Oh, I haven't been banned?"
It's exciting. I love Disney. Okay, so I just beep it here. Put the finger there. Oh, further in. I'm allowed in? I'm not banned from Disney.
No, you're not.
Wow. Huge news. Thank you. Y'all. I'm back. I'm back, baby.
I still don't understand why this is an adult male going to Disney alone. Dude, just go paint Warhammer or something. I don't know, go play with some orcs. You'll fit right in. These comments reference an incident from 2024 where Tino caused a massive online uproar after discussing getting sex reassignment surgery at Disneyland in California, while children can be heard laughing in the background. And yes, food was used to illustrate the removal of one's testes.
Last summer, I got my cake pops removed, and the plan up until recently was to get my marshmallow wand reconfigured into a marshmallow tunnel.
People online were very upset by this behavior, and many called for Tino to be banned by Disney altogether. Others suggested that Tino was in full control, knew precisely why this was wrong, but chose to do it anyway. Tino actually responded to the criticism at the time, suggesting that this wasn't even a big deal because it wasn't like Tino was holding some sort of seminar in front of a bunch of kids, and really, the anger expressed by those online was symptomatic of how much people don't like seeing trans-identified individuals out in public. What?
When you're talking about surgery, why do you do it in the most public places? You talk about it in your house. I also noticed that you talked about it in like the kids area, kind of like Disneyland.
That Disney video, huh? A lot of the commenters on that video seemed to think that there was a row of children in front of me that I was preaching to as I filmed it. But in reality, it was a really loud cafe where I could barely hear my mom right next to me, much less the table next to me. What I really think people have a problem with is that I am being a trans person in public. And that's really what this voicemail is getting at, that being trans in public in general is not okay, right? Like they're saying that I should film at home.
Of all of the wrong answers to give, this is the most wrong. Sorry that strangers in public don't want their kids to hear about you cutting your nuts off? Sorry that that's a problem for you? On a serious note, if that is a problem for you out in the world, maybe it's some time for some serious introspection. Anyway, unsurprisingly, Tino's 2025 trip to Disney went about the same way, and the TikToker once again used the most inappropriate setting humanly possible to describe a very invasive surgery. This time, Tino uses a corn dog to discuss getting one's penis inverted to make a neo-vagina. I'm really beginning to think this is one of Tino's favorite topics.
They're going to cut it down the middle. This is not the best knife for this. They will then take off the outer lining of the corn dog. Okay, I'm actually impressed that I'm doing this good of a job. Like so. Flip it inside out and make something of a tunnel. This tunnel will then become, well, you know.
Like, our mate goes to the effort of removing the hot dog's outer skin, the deep fried part, and then turns it inside out and shows us how this surgery will be performed. What am I watching here? Thankfully, this time, it didn't seem like there were any children in the vicinity that we could actually hear on video. But you know what? Who's to say? Maybe this person does in fact hold seminars for tiny little people to give them instruction on how to do these things. That wouldn't surprise me. Corn dogs are also unironically my terrible favorite American food, and I'm just not sure if I'm gonna be able to look at them the same way again. Now, I do think that these videos are rage bait. Tino knew that doing this once really upset people, so why not do it again? Especially because the TikToks have garnered millions upon millions of views. But there are two other videos that Tino posted that, even if they are rage bait, I personally find incredibly creepy and inappropriate. And these are the videos that Tino posted about and in the women's bathroom. Why is it always the bathroom? As I've told you all before, there is this group of trans-identified individuals, like Tino, who seem to have this bizarre obsession with not only the women's bathroom, but invading women's private spaces. And they often paint any woman who feels uncomfortable around them in these settings as some sort of horrible monster. In the past, Tino has made a bunch of content talking about the women's bathroom, insisting we should tolerate having trans-identified males in there.
Come here. Trans women are more afraid of you in the bathroom than you are of us.
Even making little skits about how uncomfortable women are when Tino is around. The TikToker also recently told a story about coming into contact with an unattended 3-year-old child in a women's bathroom and feeling a need to leave in case the mother came out of the stall and assumed the worst of Tino being in there.
It occurred to me that when the parent, who I don't know, leaves the stall, exits their stall, and sees me, a trans person, and their little 3-year-old daughter, that they might make an assumption.
Like I've told you guys before, I have been a woman all my life. I have seen all sorts of tiny people in the women's bathroom waiting for their mom or with their mom or whatever, and never once have I felt the need to leave because of how that child or a parent might perceive me. Never have I thought that a mum was going to think I was some weird freak. Crazy, right? Like I said, maybe it's time for a little bit, just a little bit of introspection. Anyway, with this in mind, the new videos and images posted by Tino add another layer to the creepy cake. So returning to the Disneyland trip, in the first of the bathroom-related videos, Tino questions how hardcore Florida is about keeping men out of women's bathrooms, but decides to use it anyway, basically saying, I'm a woman, so I'm allowed in there.
If I get stopped, I get stopped, I guess, but I'm a woman, so I'm gonna use the women's bathroom, and being in Florida or being in California or wherever isn't gonna stop me. That went as well as it could have gone. No one gave me any weird looks. Definitely no one stopped me. I peed standing up, which is something I'm sometimes a little self-conscious about with the sound. Think, oh, is there someone peeing standing up there? But you know what? I peed standing up.
Dude, so let me understand this. You claim to have gender dysphoria that's so bad to the extent where you have removed your body parts, and yet you are still completely comfortable to go into a woman's bathroom and pee standing up for all the women to hear. Right. I mean, women hear other women pee, but that's not the point. In the second bathroom-related video, Tino posted a series of pictures rating Disney World's bathrooms on a scale of 1 to 10. In the images, other women can be seen in the background, with Tino captioning the images with direct references to women's reactions to having Tino in there. So on the surface, I know some people won't see an issue with this because, after all, as most ladies know, when we go out for like a night out, we'll take mirror selfies of our makeup or our outfits or with our friends. But I think it's a completely different beast when a trans-identified male is in the bathroom doing this for completely different reasons than we would be. Like I said, normally when women do this, it's because we like our outfit or our hair or our makeup or something like that. We take photos for normal reasons. But when Tino does it, this is an individual communicating something different altogether. Every instance of, see, I'm in the women's bathroom, tee-hee, is Tino's own special display of dominance. This is clearly a display of deliberately and knowingly trying to encroach upon our territory. Women have continually voiced that we don't feel comfortable with men in our spaces. Tino knows this, but defies it anyway, with a smile and with a smug ickiness. Tino enjoys doing something that women specifically do not like. This is an individual who shoves it in our faces at every given opportunity. Women among ourselves do not act this way. There's no need, and more importantly, women just existing around other women doesn't engender feelings of discomfort, and it certainly doesn't feel predatory. Tino is aware this is how women feel. That's why, in my opinion, this person documents it, because it's fun and enjoyable to make others feel bad. Specifically women. I wonder if this is a person who doesn't like women. This is obviously just my perception, and you are all very welcome to disagree, but, you know, it's weird. It's weird to do this. Let's be real. Why are you in here in the first place? And why do you always have to draw attention to it, make such a big fuss about it? Riddle me that one. Now, what's interesting is that since all of this has happened, people have pointed out that Tino may have violated 2 Florida state laws. One that was passed in 2023 that requires individuals to use bathrooms, locker rooms, and change rooms that correspond with their sex, and the other being a statute that makes it illegal to videotape and broadcast someone in a bathroom without that person's consent. This is actually a felony in the state and comes with jail time. But equally, and importantly, this behavior is also banned by Disney itself. In a resurfaced clip from 2023, actress Rebel Wilson explains how she was banned from Disney everything for a month after she took photos in a secret bathroom. I don't know what secret bathroom means, just by the way.
But I will say, I did get banned from Disneyland for 30 days. Because I took a photo in a secret bathroom inside Disneyland, which is illegal at Disneyland, and I got officially banned for 30 days. But they called me up and said, Rebel, what 30 days do you not want to come to Disneyland because you're away filming a movie or something? And I said, oh, June would be fine. So it was
That's how I know you're a celebrity. Like, Disneyland has Met Gala rules where they're like, no photos here.
On top of that, there is speculation that one of the women Tino photographed in one of the bathrooms wants to take legal action. In a live stream, or I've been told it was a live stream, I don't know how TikTok works, I'm sorry, a woman with this screen name, Tabby the Winnet, said that she appears in one of these images. Although she is a smaller TikToker, she said that she deliberately does not put her body in videos. So seeing herself photographed like this was very upsetting.
Anyway, I'm scrolling and guys, look what I noticed. Boom. There I am. I personally am going to try to seek legal advice about it because I don't know what else was taken without my permission. Like other photos that may not have been posted because I don't know what else was taken in there while it was supposed to be a private area. I wasn't asked, could it be taken? I'm not okay with this.
Obviously, we have no real way of verifying the veracity of this story and these claims because of the 2 women pictured in the photo that Tino took, one of them has an emoji over the face and the other one is facing in the opposite direction. However, if this account is truthful, I think it goes to show that sooner or later going into bathrooms or wherever and taking pictures for the purposes of bothering women is going to come back and bite you in the butt. Because, and I know this is crazy, but it's almost like women don't like being photographed by men in bathrooms. Shocking. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Lily Tino's creepy behavior is upsetting to the extent that people are making jokey TikToks laughing about the fact that this person has joined together those on the left and right in mutual disgust. I have seen countless gay and lesbian people saying that Tino is not representative of the community and needs to go. Not to mention, they've even started petitions to get Tino banned from Disney for good, and also from TikTok for good. I also watched one video from a dad who was extremely upset about Tino's behavior, saying that one day Tino is going to run into the father of little girls and it's going to go very badly. You know, outside of making women deeply uncomfortable, maybe this is the grand plan. To get hate crimed. You know, because once you make the dads mad, you better watch yourself. Especially the quiet ones that love their daughters. You are in danger. So, like I said in my last video, Lily Tino is an individual who consistently and intentionally puts themselves in inappropriate positions, not only with children, but also with women. And the majority of this comes off as incredibly creepy and predatory. And as expected, when getting called out, Tino repeatedly uses being trans as a shield from criticism. I don't know about the rest of you, but I think this obsession with the women's bathroom is incredibly bizarre, and going to the effort of taking photos in bathrooms, knowing that people are behind you and capturing them in your pictures, speaks to something pathological that I can't quite put my finger on. I don't know what it is. I just know I hate it. I also largely think that two things can be true at once. Lily Tino makes rage bait content designed to upset all of us for a multitude of reasons. But Lily Tino is also going into situations and making women and children and whoever else genuinely uncomfortable because it's enjoyable. So ultimately, and I don't really say this too much about too many people, but in this case I think it's fair, I actually hope that Lily Tino is on the receiving end of some legal action. Because it's not okay, and it's not cool, and it's not appropriate. It's not alright for people like this to go into women's spaces and make women feel uncomfortable and unsafe, and force us to participate in this insane ideology that neither safeguards us nor protects us. So in the end, as far as this topic goes, and kind of like I always say, I think this is actually going to get worse. But I think as Lily Tino keeps posting and keeps doing more and more things, we are getting ever closer to finding that smoking gun. Now on that note, and before I open the floor to all of you, this is just a reminder to check out Beam using the link in the description. I am actually a huge fan of this stuff. It genuinely works for me, so I hope it also will work for you guys. If you are looking to get better sleep, absolutely check out Beam and see if they can do something cool for you. Now I open the floor to all of you. What do you all think? Are you on my side of this issue where you think this person is very odd and creepy and is doing stuff intentionally to make others uncomfortable? Do you think that this is just an individual living their life and going about their day and making videos about it and it's not hurting anybody? Do you think that Lily Tino will be found out for having done something very not okay at some point? Do you think that this is good? Do you think that this is bad? What do you think of the bathroom photos? Is this acceptable, not acceptable? And what do you generally make of this issue overall? As always, if you have made it this far in the video, congratulations. I always like having you along for the full ride. If you are new here and you are not subscribed already and you would like to see more of me and more of this kind of content, feel free to subscribe to the channel as well as leaving this video a like and a comment because I do read the majority of them and I really like hearing your feedback. Of course, in the interim, I hope you wonderful flower children stay safe and well and make very good choices. They are important. And I will see you wonderful pretty people in the next video.